Namaste, angels. This is going to be the weekly love reading for the period of September 30th today through October 6th. I apologize for my lateness. I had a bunch of private readings to do, and my youngest was sick, and I was, just into a bunch of stuff. I had a bunch of stuff going on. So, again, I apologize, but I'm here. I'm going to start with card number 6, Angel of Jupiter, Awaken, which I think may be connected to Sagittarius, at least for me. I don't mean from the book. I mean, for me. Like Cupid, the angel of Jupiter. I was in the, look, it just popped over again. Angel of Jupiter coupled with Acceptance, card number 55. All right, let's see those. Yeah, I was just in the mood to cut these rather than take the top card. So we've come to card number 47, Soft. I see a lot of Earth and Moon in all three of the cards that have popped up so far. But our card this day is card number 67, the Swan. Gliding with grace, nothing is withheld from this beautiful soul. It can discern what is genuine, authentic, loving, and what is from the ego, parading. Even though the most impressive words or gestures, this soul can sense the holding within of a core of fearful separation from the divine. With grace, it allows all to be and moves amongst this world with inspiring light and grace itself. Parahamsa, Great Swan, the soul that moves the souls of others, is reaching to you now. The guru, the teacher, the light, the love that is all. You're blessed by sacred divine relationship with the essence of love itself that adores you and wants only for you to be free. This oracle reaches to you now, indicating that you are held within the grace of a great soul, a teacher of the heart, of the spirit, and there is endless light bestowed upon you for your protection. Your path ahead is assured. Soon you'll be shifting from hope to a sense of inevitability in your attainment of the spiritual goals closest to your heart. Be with your practice of love through meditation, kindness, nature, dance, singing, whatever speaks to your heart, and know that you are one with the divine, and it's only a matter of time before you realize it. To love from afar, all we share are dreams of what will unfold. I just felt something, a special message to those that are in separation coming from this too. So one of the other things that I was doing just very randomly just now, I was guided to start a page on Facebook called Divine, quote unquote, Girl Talk. And the reason for that is I got a bunch of stories that people tell me all the time, and I help them with them, but I think that there's a need, or I just was shown, again, very randomly, right before I did this reading, that there's a need for the divine feminine, male or female, to be able to talk to one another. And maybe without so much focus, so even anonymously. So I'm going to post some stories or whatever on there, and hopefully people will reply and give the subject something to think about, if not, some ideas as to what actions they can take. I'm going to need admins and moderators and stuff, if any number of people actually begin to participate, and I welcome that from, you guys out there. So Facebook is already telling me, like, people who have visited or who like it haven't heard from you in a while. I'm like, they haven't heard from me ever. I just started the page, so it's crazy. But again, it's called Divine, quote, Girl Talk, end quote. If you want to find it and go ahead and like it before I even get started. All right, so let's get to the Divine Masculines spread in this reading. Using the Doreen Virtue Romance Angels, beginning with trust. This situation is calling for you to have faith. And I think our opening message just indicated that as well. And opening to engagement. Your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. And I think our opening messages showed us this too. Engagement. Flirt. Extend your lighthearted energy to others. Engagement. Ooh. Stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. So this is, again, that message of trust, faith, even in separation, which I was feeling, as I mentioned. Also, calling in your soulmate. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. Engagement. One more. It's finances and career. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. And this showed up, or at least I felt it and saw it in the general reading, particularly for the masculine, feeling less than, and, you know, kind of what else is new? It's not the first time, that's for sure. Feeling not unfit. And for some, it is that he's feeling unfit because of money and finances. Like he's not what he would characterize himself as a provider, and is unable to be right now. So just figures like, why try anything? Why do anything? We can't make it. We don't fit. And you know that saying, the devil is a liar. You know, these are the lies that negative energy feeds into us so that we won't come together, you know, in friendships, romantic relationships, all kinds of things. It's to make you feel less esteemed and less confident in yourself to move forward. That's part of the whole sleep that was induced upon us, you know, from which we're supposed to be awakening. And it's kind of like you sliding back into sleep when you feed this negativity with, you know, any sort of belief in it. The money is not even like real. Money is, especially in this country, it's not even based on anything anymore. At least it used to be based on gold bar. It's not even on that anymore. It's just paper that's printed. Love is the only thing that's real. So anyway, if you're guided to express your love, do so. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. Overall energy is still finances and career. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. So I think that, yeah, for some it is actual money or assets or, you know, stuff, material things. And for others, it's about worth, feelings of worth, a lack thereof, and value, you know, for oneself and other people, and maybe even your relationship as a whole. So that's our overall energy. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. Divine feminine. The masculine, as it relates to the feminine, himself, and the union as a whole this week. Overall, the masculine would have the feminine do toward the union this week what he himself is willing to. The universe would have both do. It will help, but you have to like first affirm it. It will fully support you and the outcome. Divine feminine. Flirt. Extend your lighthearted energy to others. So, you know, just be friendly, compassionate, happy, you know. Positive energy begets positive energy. Masculine about the feminine. Free yourself. It's time to take back control of your life. In some cases, this is about him, and he's like his need to free himself. He feels like in part for her, but it shouldn't be done for her. It's supposed to be done for himself. But in other cases, it's where he feels that she limits herself. Like she could be so much more in some, you know, different areas for different people. One way or another, for one reason or another, it's time to take back control of your life, says the masculine. About himself specifically. Express your love. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. Well, nice of his higher self to clue him in on what he should be doing. I appreciate it. Union as a whole. Passion. Allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. Nice. Overall, give your relationship a chance. Work on your partnership. So that's what I was talking about from the general reading. Again, having to do for some specifically with money and just the masculine not feeling fit or worthy or, you know, worth anything himself. Lacking confidence, having a bunch of pride. Like I screwed that up and now I can't, you know, go back for whatever reason. the cards there were showing, don't do that. Give your relationship a chance, and they're showing it again now. They're saying it specifically. What the masculine will have the feminine do toward the union this week? Deception. Someone's wearing a false self mask in this relationship. He's looking for honesty. And maybe that's part of the free yourself. It's crossed here. Some of you, us, having acted as if we're not interested, you know, and that's attached to negative emotion and stuff too. It's like when he finally comes around, by then you have an attitude, and so you gave him some sort of, you gave him attitude and acted disinterested. He knows you're lying, but as long as the two of you are like that, it's like you can't come together. And you won't, because he's got that pride thing going on also. For others, you're not being honest, like, with yourself or those around you. Some of us are in the closet, whether that means that we're actually, you know, homosexual, or we're in some other kind of closet, some kind of bag or whatever, we're in it. And that's the deception. That needs to come off. Oh, this is what the masculine wants to come off. It's connected to the free yourself. And maybe part of why he hasn't put as much energy as you would have wanted into things is because you hadn't. So it looks like you appear disinterested when you don't do what you have to do in order to make things possible. If it involves a party of three, which you can also, it's the same thing. Like, we're not supposed to wait until we have a new relationship ready to end one that's toxic. If one is toxic, end it. Whether you have another one or not. So it's that sort of thing. What's the masculine himself willing to do? Wait, be patient while you work this out. I'm really hearing over and over again, like, get out of the closet. Divine timing is at work in your love life. What would the universe have the two of you do? Work on separation. And this goes, I'm feeling that it's going both ways. Where there is something that needs to be fixed and you're just like at each other instead, take a little break. A break could be, you know, half a day, a few minutes, but a day. It doesn't have to be, you know, a long separation. That's up to you. But take some time to deal with your emotions and your situation. And where the separation already exists, the universe wants to help you with that too, to bring it back together, you know, to end that separation. But you have to, like, affirm to doing it. And that's connected to, you know, some of us over here also. Like, you have to affirm to do it. So you have to come out of the closet, or at least, you know, with some seriousness, that it's believable, you know, proclaim that you're coming out of the closet, and then the universe will support you in all that entails. And the outcome. Trust that it'll work and that the situation is being handled. Again, as long as you affirm that you're willing to do your part. This situation is calling for you to have faith. We came right back to where we started. That's exactly where we started with this reading. I'm going to do one from the perspective of the universe, beginning with Ice King, which can be any number of things. Could easily be Mars, right? Ruler of both Aries and Scorpio, where Venus enters, well, she's already entered Scorpio, but she goes retrograde in Scorpio this week. So that falls into this week's general reading. A whole thing on that. Easily be Mars. And it is very emperor-like for me and tends to represent that. Mars also currently located in air sign Aquarius. You got all this ice and air behind him. But of course it can stand for the other air signs as well. Gemini, Libra, and also Leo. So fellow fire sign to Aries, Leo. And opening to the Ice Queen. Very nice. Here goes, this is Venus herself. And again, can represent those air signs too. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, and perhaps some fire, just like the Mars, right, her counterpart. It's got this big cat here. It's not a lion, but it's, you know, it's a big cat. So that's like fiery too. And look how they're facing one another. Nobody's back is turned this week. Ice King. And the brunette female, she's upside down. I just flipped her over, but she was upside down. Y'all saw it. Ice King. Wallflower, also upside down. Maybe we're shaking that off. Geminis, Scorpios, Capricorns in particular, that tend to sit it out rather than dance. It's time for everybody to get up, take action on their own behalf. Wallflower. For new love. Wallflower and courting man. Not sure why he's upside down, but it's kind of like giving me Knight of Cups in reverse. And maybe that's connected to, again, the masculine, like wanting to do something, wanting to make a move, but just feeling not up to it, not worthy of it, and carrying a bunch of pride and bullshit, negativity on his shoulders. Ego. Wallflower in the cut. And it's soulmate. Overall energy is gifts. I do feel that this is for the most part ascension of the individuals and the union as a whole. But happy birthday to the Libras out there. We're full on Libra now. That cusp period is over with the Libra Virgos. It's Libras now, just plain old Libras. So happy birthday to y'all. Yeah, gifts is the overall energy. Divine couple. Recent past. Masculine higher self. Near future. Blocks to the union. The feminine can do, the masculine can do. Further advice and support from the universe, what it will fully support you with if you first affirm it yourself and the outcome. Communication, very nice. I like this. So again, like that separation one, it can go either way. Like it can be, first of all, which from either one to the other, and it's oh god, why is the word stuck? All forms of communication. That's not what I'm trying to say though. All right, I'll come back to this one. It's like stuck, it won't come out. I can see it, something in my head. Some of you will know what I'm talking about. You can see something there and I can't tell you what's there. Recent past, wallflower. So maybe that's why it was just upside down, like, because this has been the recent past, but we're turning over a new leaf, so to speak. No more wallflower, I'm ready to get up. Also, some of us were stuck with the retrogrades, and so we couldn't get up. Maybe we were stuck to our chairs. Pluto retrograde. Pluto goes direct this week. That's another thing that's important. Saturn had been retrograde. It just went direct recently. Mars had been retrograde. All of them in Capricorn, by the way. And Mars and Pluto, both rulers of Scorpio in Capricorn. So those poor dears, just really, yeah, stuck. But now able to find some movement. So maybe that's why it was upside down when I was shuffling. And it's shown up here now as the recent past. Near future. Past love. Okay. Now, Venus in Scorpio is totally about revisiting past loves, relationships, and it's I feel like they kind of all say this all the time, but it really is like a once and for all decide. It's going to be the most intense placement for a retrograde that we've experienced. And I go over this in detail and some of the planets with which it crosses. Neptune, which adds a higher level of love to the equation. Like Venus is the planet of love, but Neptune is like this ultimate unconditional love on another level. So those who are affected by the Venus retrograde clashing into Neptune, you know, going to feel some. There's a few different transits. So like I said, I talked about them in the general, but this is definitely about revisiting situations and relationships and sort of trying to decide once and for all to do it, and then where we have decided already to actually take action, because a lot of people decided what they wanted and then didn't do anything. So that's coming up now too. Masculine's higher self. Work, effort. Here's that Capricorn. Everything is different now about it, right? We're not held back in that energy. We're able to move through it. Mars isn't even there anymore. It's in Aquarius now. With Saturn, ruler of Capricorn, still located there, although direct now, and Pluto going direct, still in Capricorn as well. And this is effort too. This is like the last spread where he himself said, like, express your love, like, you know, make a communication or be the recipient of a communication. Pick up your phone, answer your email or your text or whatever. Blocks the union. Money. Told you. Told you. Okay, finances and career. Here it is again. But also not only literally money, its value, its worth, or lack thereof. A feeling of it. It's not real. It's not real. And we got to learn how to shake that off. Or even if we believe it, to say, you know what, okay, fine, this is the case, this is what I believe about myself, but you know what, screw it. I'm going to take a chance anyway. And that could be another means of finding out different. Or finding out that people don't care. I've had friends that were homeless, friends that are super, super rich, and everything in between. You know, people are people. And they're good people, or they're not. But that's what's important, right? They're people that are full of love, they exude love, or they don't. They, you know, do something contrary, evil, whatever, dark. People that shine light all over the place wherever they go, no matter what's in their pockets, or they don't. Jesus was broke. Muhammad was broke. Malcolm X was broke. Harriet Tubman was broke. You know, it's not. These people that we look up to, we don't look up to them because of money, right? That's not what was valuable about them. So we gotta figure that out about ourselves too. All right, what the feminine can do. Open relationship. I told you, you got to get out the closet. You have to be prepared to have everything on Front Street. Not that you have to go around telling everybody your business. That's not what it means either. But you got to get out of this place where you're ashamed to. Masculine, what he can do. Mature man. Now this is that aspect of Mars that's very like fatherly. So it's still emperor like, which is like taking the lead, taking charge, being in control of your own life. The man makes the money doesn't make the man. You know, you're in control. This blue is saying something to me too. She's also got the blue. The blue could be connected to the water aspect of Mars, the fact that he's the ruler of Scorpio, and I said Scorpio here too. Scorpio, a very mature sign also. But yeah, the man is the masculine is guided to like remain in control of his own life, feelings, thoughts. Is very King of Cups and King of Fire. But the two are guided to do. Okay. Well, this is my representation of the divine masculine in this deck. So definitely guided toward union this week. And the universe will support you in this if you first affirm that you're, going after it, going in that direction yourself and committed to it. And the outcome. Boom. Told you. Last, I want to take a look at just a general love spread and what, each archetype is going through and guided to do this week. Beginning with golden memories, which is all about the need to let go of past things, people, relationships, situations, emotions, that are negative. Anything that's holding us back is of what we need to let go. It's often, more often than not, actually, when I read for people and stuff and I pick up this card, I feel the emotion part of it, the negative emotion part of it. So it's resentment, regret, pride, which showed up again in the general for the masculine, ego, fear, the inability to forgive or to seek forgiveness. All those things is what we need to let go of, because that's holding us back. And when we do, that opens us up to the flow of abundance and blessings. Right? We block our blessings when we're holding on to negativity. Blessings. Inner child. Some stuff is from all the way in our past, perhaps when we were children. Inner child could be trying to tell you something that you need to listen to and get it out. Right? Trying to help to guide you to the blessings. You see the colors, all the same colors here? The white, the blue, the green, the yellow. This child trying to guide you toward the blessings. Also brings in the energy of air signs, particularly Aquarius, and also earth and water. Blessings and some air and fire with heaven on earth. This is similar to that first fire energy card that I pulled, the golden memories, because it's about the need to let go of something, someplace, someone, also to vacate a space for something better, what the universe wants to bless you with. But you're taking up the space with something old that, with which you no longer even align. You got to get rid of that thing. Again, the air signs and fire signs could be directly impacted. Blessings. And golden path. This just told us that we're all on the right track. It applies basically to everyone. Brings in all the colors of the rainbow. Here they are. And this golden path for me, very much like the yellow brick road. The Dorothy was on her way to the Emerald City. We're on our way to the Emerald Ray. That's the ray of healing and restoration. Archangel Raphael was there. We just celebrated him yesterday. Archangel Raphael, Michael, Gabriel. It was their feast day. It was Michaelmas. So they're still surrounding us here, waiting for us to get to the Emerald Ray. Golden path. One more. Right, toward abundance. Brings in again earth signs, as well as anybody ruled by Venus, Libra, Taurus, which is an earth sign, Gemini. It's abundance in all forms. So the finances, the material things, love also. Again, we're on the right path toward those things. And you see the same colors coming up here too in both of these cards. Abundance. Come to love. Overall energy is reflection, and that's what this time is going to be about. Again, with Pluto having gone direct and Venus having entered retrograde. Well, not yet, but this week these things happen. They're both going to create the need for us to do some reflection, right? And particularly those who were affected the most by the Pluto retrograde and who were going through that whole death and rebirth thing, or who most are affected by Venus having entered Scorpio, where she will be retrograde, and are most affected by that death and rebirth thing. That's what this time is going to be about. Again, revisiting situations, circumstances, relationships, feelings, emotions, really, really intense ones. And then being honest with yourself. Again, coming out of the closet about your feelings, even if it's just to yourself. Taking off any veils, masks. Getting rid of any lies. Just, you know, remaining in truth. That's what the reflection is for. Something jumped out. Well, two. I caught them right. I closed my legs and caught them right in between. So there's some healing processes through which we need to go. Meditation may be a conduit for that. And it's like head to toe healing, in and out. Soul, you know, soul healing as well. Physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, head to toe. Transience. It's full surrender in both cases also. To meditation, yoga, different energy healing, Reiki. Maybe what I do is not Reiki, but you know, some people might want to try that. Or what I do is specific unto me, you know, the kind of energy healing that I do. But that too, different things like that you may want to try. Crowning the masculine. Oh, see, birth. Death and rebirth is what I was talking about. So a lot of the masculine, like awakening, and there's reason for that. It makes sense. Like you're wondering why they seem to be at times just so difficult to get through and so behind maybe even. But Mars, as a collective, is their ruler. Right? Mars is the masculine planet of love. Venus is the feminine planet of love. That's why they say, you know, men are from Mars, women are from Venus. That's like from where that comes. Mars is a ruler of Scorpio. Scorpio has been like underfoot all year. Jupiter has been in Scorpio, right? The big planet of globalization, expansion, karma, and both of its rulers have been retrograde, both Mars and Pluto. So now it's like coming back to life. It's resurrection. It's birth. Especially for those who are actually directly impacted by those retrogrades. So actual Scorpios, actual Aries, Aquarius, Libra, Taurus, Gemini. That might be it. Surrounded by, wow, here's more of that Mars. It's the same colors too, but it's eternal flame. So this is that fire, the passion that's burning. Yeah, definitely Martian energy. This is definitely their ruler coming through and like giving them new life to go along with that birth. And in their subconscious, the perfect placement for it, divine guidance. So taking in what the universe is offering. Moon is the indication of they might need to slip a little bit into that feminine side. Maybe not. Maybe this is too much Mars. This could be OD Mars. They need a little bit more femininity to help them with the surrender and the letting go of the things like pride and stuff that they got to chuck. Do that. The support is available always. You got this infinity symbol here. 8's also about karma, justice, doing the right thing. Actually not only receiving the guidance, but actually following through on it too. Feminine. Oh, we got one mirroring that is of the same colors. So this is very similar, right? Because where do we get a lot of that divine guidance? In our dreams. I just did a reading yesterday for Michaelmas, which I mentioned earlier, where with one of the cards, we were asking that Archangel Michael enter our dreams, which he loves, by the way, to help with us becoming more clear on different things that we want to know. Like you can ask him about specific situations, ask him to come into your dream and tell you. So there's definitely going to be some of that. There can be the two communicating in dreams too. Are you having dreams about situations and circumstances that are sort of predictive of what's to come or what you need to do? Also about dreams in general on this plane coming true. And steering clear of Neptune. So this goes back to that deception also. Neptune, like feeds us with illusions and confusion. It's a planet of love also. Higher love, as a matter of fact. But it's also a planet of confusion and illusion. And so I'm feeling that coming in and I think it's connected to that same aspect of the feminine, like don't lie to yourself, that deception. Neptune rules the sign of Pisces, by the way. It is currently retrograde in Pisces. This can be connected to water signs in particular, specifically. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Feminine surrounded by love. Very nice. And I love this mirroring the eternal flame. That's beautiful. Feminine subconscious, listening. So it's kind of like what I was saying about here. Asking for support, asking for guidance, asking that the universe communicate with you, and then you actually taking it in and following through. And I love how it's mirroring the masculine's divine guidance, and it's in the same placement where it belongs, like our subconscious. This card also particularly represents the sign of Aquarius for me, because star represents the sign of Aquarius in the tarot. This is also about communication, again, between the two, just as we saw in the last spread. The couple represented by communication, and being tied to Aquarius or Uranus, it can be communication of electronic needs specifically. So telepathy, texting, FaceTime, email, that sort of thing. Crowning, it is healing sounds. This also may be something to which we want to listen, especially with these two cards having jumped out of the deck before. Again, there is a need for energy healing and for healing in general, head to toe, inside and out, says the cards. At the root, earth connection. This can be connected to our need to meditate too, and to get grounded. Of course, it is connected to the earth signs, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus. Could be tied to that finance and career and our worth and our value that has popped up over and over throughout this reading. And Venus, right? Venus is the ruler of abundance, love and money. And again, she goes retrograde this week, so she is very active. You might want to spend some time with her outside if you're able to do this meditation, or any meditation. It doesn't have to be sitting down like this, Indian, as a quote-unquote Indian style. Or in a prayer pose or anything, whatever you like to do or can do that makes you feel connected to the universe. If you're able to do it outside, you at all live in an area that's conducive to that, it's recommended to help you really get in touch with Mother Nature and at the heart of the matter. Ooh, wow, sorrow. That's that negative emotion that we're holding on to. But I want to look and see. I just want to clarify this and see like how it turns out. I mean, it's coming through as the negative emotion, but maybe there's more information. Let's see. It's tied to our abundance. It's sitting here now atop this earth connection. So again, we're blocking our blessings by holding on very tightly, no less, to things that are keeping us back, that are preventing us from that heaven on earth, that are not golden memories, that are nasty, toxic memories and experiences of which we need to let go. Like take the lesson part with us and move on otherwise, because we're blocking our blessings by holding on to those things. Further advice. To the masculine from the romance angels, it is engagement. Again, your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. So we've seen this throughout the reading. That's just reconfirmation for you. And that can help you to hopefully to maintain your trust and faith. For the feminine, let your friends help you. Ask for and accept support from others. This might be connected to, because the first thing that popped into my mind just now was what I told you at the beginning of the reading, that I just started this random page. I was guided right before the reading. And I think it is going to be the feminine helping each other, like through these, I don't want to call them problems, concerns, experiences. You have a friend where you might not think you do, or you don't have people that understand you. This would be people that understand you. Anybody who identifies as the feminine, or, if the masculine wants to chip in with some guidance or whatever, support, free to do that too. I would ask that you identify yourself as a masculine, if that's going to be the case. Let us know that you're out there and you're paying attention. Other than that, that you may have some friends on this plane, in your personal life to which you can look. And if you don't, you might have some friends in other realms that you can call upon for support and to listen and to visit you in your dreams and all of that stuff. From the hashtag creepy deck to the masculine destiny. So we're on path, and it's just about, continuing to power forward and not looking back anymore. Feminine, friendship. I really think that this is about us getting together as, like, I don't want to say as women, as the feminine archetype, in support of one another. But as it relates to the readings, of course, there is this huge move now. I actually am a moderator of a group that's connected to establishing friendships, healthy friendships between heterosexual males and females. That maybe they will, turn into something more for some, maybe they won't. But it's about that establishment of healthy friendships, and that's what we're guided to work on too. Actual foundations to our relationship. So if, God forbid, something happens to the relationship itself, we're able to get it back because we have a basis, to revisit. And from the universal love oracle to the masculine, we started here, we're ending here with your fear. Actually, we started here with you guys with the general reading. So this is really coming through this week. Maybe I'll pull another card for you guys. But it's brief confirmation of what we've seen and I've said over and over and over again for you guys this week. It's the pride, the ego, all that stuff that we talked about. And feminine, we get Jesus this time. The masculine been getting Jesus for the past several weeks in a row. This week we get the support of the universal heart. Okay, there's another friend upon whom you can call should you wish for support. And I want to, again, so I'll give the masculine another card associated with this fear. May tell us a way that he can release it. And it is creativity. So first and foremost, it can be tied to a situation involving an air sign, a fire sign, a water sign, perhaps. And then more specifically, a Pisces, because you got the moon here, you got the water here, you got these translucent fish here that says Pisces. And Aquarius, as far as the the air rather. And then any fire. This red angel with these fiery wings and red clouds surrounding them. But creativity, this is very 3 of fire for me, this card. And it guides us to pursue our passions. And in doing so, come up with creative ways to create, to bring about abundance to ourselves. So that is your task. That is your homework this week, guys. I hope that you guys have enjoyed the weekly love reading. Again, I invite you to I normally don't ask anybody to like my pages or to anything because the other ones are, based on my work. And so I appreciate genuine interest. And so that's why I never invite anybody to like my pages. People come and they like it on their own, or they actually experience my services and they like it thereafter, or they give me a review or something. But this time I'm asking you to like it so that we can build a community, all right, to support one another. But I'm going to start with a juicy story. I think I'm going to post one about a woman with both a divine masculine and a walk-in, right? Somebody that she had been told was the walk-in a while back. and where they are right now, and see what you guys have to say about that. Thank you for all for watching, liking, sharing, subscribing. Thank you. Especially extra thanks to my Patreon subscribers and sponsors. And I wish you all a good day and a good week. Namaste.